What's up, everybody? This is Matt, and today I'm excited to announce that I'm starting my third goalie PC of this man right here. Check it out. On the Poke Check podcast, we talked about what we do when our collection hits a lull. Now, for any of you that have kept up with Greg's collection, he has pretty much found every cool Tim Salmon card that there is to find out there, minus a couple. So I think he can attest for what I'm going to explain, and that even with Marc-Andre Fleury and all the great cards that he has out there, there's no way I could ever own them all. And so with my very specific want list that I have, I knew that I was going to hit a point where I wouldn't really have cards coming in anymore. Money's a bit tighter right now. So I thought, what can I do to kind of, enjoy the hockey hobby and also fill some gaps in my collection? And what I decided to do is that I would start collecting Curtis Joseph. And not full-fledged like I did with Jocelyn Thibault or Marc-Andre Fleury, but try to find cards that Curtis Joseph has. Mostly, this collection will be filled with those cards that neither player has. So 90s inserts, Curtis Joseph has a lot of really rare ones that Thibault does not have. And then in the mid-2000s to modern, there's a few sets that he's in that Fleury's not in either. So this is going to be a really fun endeavor for me to show off some really, really unique looking cards, whether they're 10 cents or $20 or $30. This is a collection I will not be going crazy with. Try not to break that $50 barrier. That's going to be my max unless it's like a run for the cup or something like that. So with that information, let's get into a couple of different chunks of this video. What I already had of CuJo in my collection, and the 4 cards that are brand new. So let's go through and take a look at some things here. So we've got a set that my dad and I loved growing up, the very first Pinnacle Masks. There you go. Had to get a copy of that when I first started putting some goalie cards together. This is an SP die cut. Obviously that beautiful CuJo mask. Just an amazing design from the 90s. SP was a favorite of a lot of people. We've got the Painted Warriors. I remember buying a completed copy of this set when I was in Soldotna before my collection met a tragic end. I'll have to tell that story someday. Love that design. The first Painted Warriors set out there. Move these somewhere where y'all can see them. All right, next up, this is a modern card. These are in just kind of random order. A couple of these I do have that Fleury has, but if they're, $1 or $2, I would tend to grab them. This is a Donruss the Goalies of CuJo, and I actually got this before I got the Fleury, funny enough, but he's got his famous CuJo mask, played for the Oilers for 3 or 4 years, I believe. Here's another Oilers card. Nice little die cut from Upper Deck. Got some Dufex type technology on there, so great shot of him. We've got a Pacific Downing on Ice goalie masks. There are 2 versions for each player in this set, and there are also numbered versions too. So I like that. I'm gonna call it acetate, but that really shiny cardstock. Dig it. These are the types of cards that I'm really excited to grab. These really cheap inserts. These are the Highlight Heroes from SPX. Just beautiful foil. Those mid to late 90s and early 2000s inserts from SPX and SP Authentic are so fun to look at. So I'm excited to show some of those off in the future. Here's a Hobby Masters from Topps. Nice shine on that one. And he's just got, he's always had really good setups too. So this will be a fun collection for me to go through. This is Panini All Goalies. So in his modern cards, they started throwing him in mostly Toronto, but this is one of the few modern cards that he's in a Oilers uniform. So it's kind of neat to see what turns up. This is a Pacific Paramount from 2000, the ice blue. They call these the platinum blues in baseball, but they call these ice blues in hockey. Tough parallel there. I believe those are one per, every 3 boxes or so. Here's a card that Thibault does have. He also has this. So I'd had these prior. This is the Mirror Red from Pinnacle Certified. And these are the type of cards. I mean, there are some crossover cards that I'm going to look for. This, you can find them for good prices. It'd be worth picking them up for a few bucks. So there's that. And here's the 2 top-loaded cards I have. This card took almost 3 months to get here. I bought this from China right as COVID hit, and it took 3 months to get here. But I'm glad it is, because I'm glad it's in the collection. Really enjoyed this design. I actually did a throwback of this, and I have a Fleury of it. And especially with, Curtis Joseph has a really big signature, a little bit bigger than Fleury's. So nice to see that on some of his earlier cards. And probably my nicest card that I had before I made this decision was from Ultra, the Padman. I showed this off in my side PC video, but that is, look at that setup. I believe Koho Kani on Instagram called this the clown setup, just because of all the different clownish type colors in a good way. But yep, there it is. This is the base version, not the gold medallion. So we have these, and here are the 4 that have come in. And I'll tell you the price on all these. That's kind of the goal, is to kind of show that you can put a really nice side PC together without spending too much. This is from Upper Deck. This is called the Crunch Time insert. And it doesn't have any crazy foil or anything, but I like all the etching in here. Nice clear shot of CuJo. So had to grab that one. It was fun too, because Kelvin, who is collects on Instagram, he went through his entire binder and showed me all these different cards that I can grab that Thibault doesn't have, but CuJo does. So this is going to be really, really fun to see these in person for the first time. Now, this is my favorite Thibault parallel, and I had to find one of CuJo and see if it was cheap, and it was. This was $2. This one was only $1. This was $2. This is the artist proof, and just look how beautiful that foil is on there. Great picture, wonderfully designed back as well. They just don't do cards the same way anymore, do they? Anyways, these were really tough. These were 1 per box, I believe, in $94.95. So to get this for $2 is pretty astounding. And then this one was also $2. I'm going to take this out of the penny sleeve, because this was shown to me by Nick, Pop's Collection, on Instagram. This is the Pacific Past and Present. So here's the present with that really cool raindrop foil. And I believe they used this foil pattern in Panini Prism for baseball one year. So nice to see him use it in the hockey side, on the hockey side of things. And here's the past, and it's got like a canvas feel to it on the back. And it's from, I believe that's his 2nd or 3rd year in St. Louis. Love the mullet. So yeah, love that they kind of do 2 different materials on here. So that was $2. And this one was $30. This was actually pulled by Phil's Pulls. You can watch the video of him doing it. If you look up Phil's Pulls, the cup case break. And he pulled this card over a year ago, probably a year and a half ago when it came out. And I was very, very lucky to be able to get this for the price I did. So I found the original picture of this, and the editing on it, really, really cool. They kind of darkened it up a bit, especially the mask, and then had him sign it in that blue pen. So really, really happy to kind of get this CuJo collection off the ground in a way. And I'm really excited to update you on each edition that I make. I'll probably do a bi-weekly video series on this. And again, it's going to be really fun to kind of fill the gaps between the Thibault and Fleury collection, cards that either player has or neither player has, and see where this goes. So I'm about to leave on my vacation. Really excited to see what kind of cards I can find when I'm down in Seattle. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's just the beginning, but it's going to be an exciting journey to see what kind of a collection I can put together on a budget, more or less. Pretty exciting news too. I'm heading down to Washington tomorrow morning, and while I'm there, I'm going to be able to go to a card show in Auburn. So I don't know how many of you are in that area, how many of you have been to that show before, but I'm actually be going with my dad, and we're going to be playing a little game while we're there too that I'll be doing a Vidoc on throughout the day. So it should be pretty fun. If you haven't already, check out Greg's latest video talking about a side PC of his. Pretty exciting Puckett collection he's got going there, as well as Alan's latest mail day video. All right, guys, catch you on the next one. Bye.